if you notice there are fingerprints all over this, it is definitely not because I just had this all taken apart and figured it out so that I could show it to you guys more quickly. It is just because it came that way. Alright, so it should be a pretty quick video today. I'm going to show you how to install a Uniden R8W or any other radar detector pretty much into your 2026 Tesla Model Y. This is probably the same process for the Model 3 and a similar process probably for older Hardware 4 Teslas as well. So what you're going to basically need is, well, I'm going to be using a mirror clamp. I'm not positive that this will work yet or not, but I'm going to try. A mirror clamp kit, or you can just use the suction cup it comes with, a hardwire tap kit, and you're going to want the taps that look like these, skinnier ones. I bought a kit that has a few different types, but this is the one that will work for this car. You'll need some zip ties, a flashlight is nice, and some cutters will be nice for the zip ties, as well as, I mean, you don't need it, but potentially a flathead screwdriver as well. I'm not going to be using the flathead screwdriver, but you may use it. You may also optionally use or want a plastic trim tool, something of that sort, but you shouldn't need it, and I'll show you how. First thing you're going to want to do as well is go into safety in your settings and turn power off. This is just for, I think mainly just for the screen and the HVAC system. So you touch the brake, open the door, it's going to turn that back on. You'll need to turn it back off, but that's basically the first thing you're going to do to get started. But yeah, I'll get you up on the GoPro here and we'll get started. Alrighty, so I've got my flashlight up on my hat here, and that should be very helpful for this. If you notice there are fingerprints all over this, it is definitely not because I just had this all taken apart and figured it out so that I could show it to you guys more quickly. It is just because it came that way. So first thing you're going to want to do is grab this trim piece here. It's separate from the back piece, as you'll see. You can kind of scoot your mirror up out of the way if that's easier. You're going to squeeze like this and pull down. So squeeze, pull down, and it pops down. It's going to attach based on this little hook thing down here. What you're going to want to do is you'll kind of push it up in and you'll squeeze the hooks together and then into kind of like the square part, and then it'll pop out. It looks like this. If you can tell, you can see that. It's like you'll squeeze these two ends of the arrow, if you will, and then you'll push them up through this plastic piece here and out, and that will be free. Next thing you're going to want to do is similar type of thing on this. If you squeeze the ends of this and pull it through, same type of thing, squeeze these, push through, it'll release this cable tie here. And then to remove this plug here, this is where you may want a screwdriver, and you would just go up in like this and push it. I'm just going to do it with my fingernail. Push up in on that and you pull it out. Interesting, that shouldn't have come with it, but it's with it now. And that will disconnect like that, so not sure why that came out, but shouldn't be an issue. Once that's out of the way, you're going to focus on removing the mirror. Try not to pop this off because it's a pain in the butt, but you'll want to grab the whole mirror stock here, rotate it like this, and then it'll pop down. Sorry if you just got blinded, but that's what that looks like. You can kind of see, and that's a similarly triangular shape, so it pops up on like this, you twist it and it locks into place. So once that's out of the way, you're going to gently reach into here. Try not to damage or put pressure on anything above this. This is where the cameras are all at, for the front windshield. You're going to apply slight pressure, slowly and controllably pulling down on this until it pops. It's a little bit violent. These are the clips you're aiming for. This will hang like this, and you will want to remove it. So, and the way you do that is you'll get your fingers or a trim tool up under the headliner, gently pull it down, and as you can see, this lip here will release. What we're looking for, and what I'm going to run it off of, if I have any issues I'll let you know, but is this connector here. Black is typically ground, and then the top connector there, I'll try to zoom in on this in the video as well. But the top is positive, the black is ground. I already tested it with a multimeter. The way you can do that is put your little prongs in there You'll need some skinny ones for this one, to be fair. But you'll put your prongs in there, and if it's positive voltage on there, you'll know the red one is positive and the black one is your negative. If it's a negative voltage, then you'll know you have it reverse polarity. So it'll be opposite of whatever you have in there. So, but for this one, the top one is the positive, the black one on the bottom is the negative. So at this point, you're going to take these, as I just said, red is your positive. I'm going to stick this in on the lower part of that, below the wire, just because it's a little bit more of a snug fit. If I can get it to go this time. Of course, we're bending the tab now. I have to wiggle your wires up out of the way, again, making sure you've got the right one. I don't know if the dash or the I don't know if the radar detectors have any type of reverse polarity protection. I'd imagine they probably don't, so just be careful making sure that you have this properly. Once those are connected, you can take a zip tie here. You'll probably want to test and make sure it works, but you can take a zip tie here, zip tie these together, and this should keep those from coming out. It'll just help keep this all together here. This shouldn't add too much bulk to where it won't go back in. I did not test this part, so when you're cutting these, I have some end cutters here, flush cutters, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to leave any type of rough edge to rub against anything or create any issues. But that is officially snipped. Let's see, I haven't thought about how this is going to route entirely either. I don't think it will matter. We'll just make sure it's tucked in and then we'll zip tie it again later. But now you should see those will stay in there nice and tight. I am going to plug this in and test it before I put everything back together. But as you can see, power's on. We'll run through our self-test here. And then I have it set to voltage, so you can see we're getting 14.5, which is the low voltage battery. That's great, that's what we want. So we'll set that back out of the way. And then from here, you can start putting things back together. So again, what you're gonna do, just make sure all your wiring up here is happy. You could throw another zip tie on that if you wanted to, you know, be extra careful and kind of keep it that way. In fact, I might real quickly just do that, just to give it another little bit of support and direction. I also don't want it to put too much strain on that other connector because it looks like it's powering the interior camera. So, and again, flush cuts here. Make sure we don't wear any holes in anything we don't want holes in, cause any shorts to ground or etc. So, and then here again, you're going to grab the headliner gently, tuck this back up in. You'll know when it works because it works. And now you can see and feed your wire down through here. Haven't actually figured this out yet entirely. I imagine that this will still clip on. I may have to route it up on the outside like this, but I'll probably do it on the other side. Maybe I'll actually do that right now. Or worst case, we have to notch that plastic piece a little bit, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna route it up out that side so that this piece can clip in properly. So it looks like it'll snap in without causing a problem there, and that'll still look really clean. So cool. And then I can use a windshield sticky thing there. The power is on that side, so I do want to go out that side. Next thing you're going to do here is you can start again. You could do it either direction, and if you want to make this part easier, you could plug this in first. I'm not going to, just in case, but you'll see where this flat is. You want to go onto that flat surface there, and it'll pop up in once you're there, and then you can grab the whole thing, rotate it back straight. There it goes, nice and sturdy. We will go ahead and plug this back in, tab side down like so. This piece goes here, you'll hear that click, and then we have this piece, and we will run the arrow down into that slot there like so. I don't know if you can see that. It'll click, And then this part's interesting. You want to like line these flats or these tabs up with this here. It kind of like has to go behind those flat pieces on both sides like that. So your flat piece will go in front of this, and then make sure none of your wires are sticking out. I start with the back, or I guess that's the front, depending on how it's the back as my brain works, but towards the front of the vehicle, and then this one. And then you should have a nice flush fit when it's all said and done. I'm gonna check this power one more time here. Cool, works. I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel again. And then next, I'm personally gonna work on seeing if this will attach. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it totally should work. I'm gonna actually raise it up to be a little more low profile like that. It's gonna be up out of my eyesight. Slide this boy on. Pop in my power. And this may not be permanent. Probably leave it like that. It's mostly out of my vision from here, so I don't think that'll bother me. That camera's working as it should. Make sure we can see ourselves in photo booth still with it running. Yep, there we are. That is the install. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just be careful, you can break stuff, you know, of course, clips and whatnot. Don't want to cross any wires, etc. Do this at your own risk, all that fun stuff. So there is the final position, final install. I'm gonna go ahead and take a microfiber and probably some Windex, wipe all the fingerprints off of there and everything. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. I'd appreciate that. If you disliked it, go ahead and dislike it. Leave me a comment why. I'd appreciate that as well. If you have any questions about this or how to do it, or if it works for other things, I can do my best to help you with that. Again, just leave a comment, let me know, and I'd be happy to help you out. If you like this type of content, of course, go ahead and subscribe. I would definitely appreciate that as well. Trying to get monetized here on YouTube would be pretty cool. Other than that, I've got a referral code for Tesla. If you're looking to buy a Tesla, or any Tesla product right now, there's a few things that it works for. I'll leave the referral code in the description as well. If you would be so kind as to use that, it gives me a bit of a kickback and should also give you some benefits too. If you're buying a new Tesla, I think you get like 2 additional free months of FSD, which is like an additional $200 value, and then it gives me like a $200 credit or something, $250 credit, depending on what you buy, towards Tesla stuff like, you know, FSD subscription, merch, accessories off their website, etc. Other than that, thanks again for stopping by, hanging out, and I'd love to catch you for more content like this in the future.